Okay, let's do this. Hey everyone, and thanks for watching. And if you're here for the first time, well, you're not the only one. I'm also doing this for the first time, maybe. So grab yourself. That's actually not true. So grab yourself a cup of coffee. Mine is here. Well, this isn't actually coffee. This is what I said coffee for the aesthetics of it. I've never really understood the fixation with coffee, especially in the movies. And we won't even get into that because movies and conditioning are like 5 and 6. But coffee, I've tried coffee a couple of times, hoping to be accelerated. Let's just say that the results greatly varied with what is peddled in the movies, because each time I've remained as grumpy as before. Maybe I'm taking it all wrong. You guys should let me know. Really? It could be the problem. Can I have one honest take? So, okay, I guess we are done with that. I guess the goat is now okay, or not. But I think man's got to eat, so. Okay, well now I've lost my train of thought. Where was I? Oh yes, I was asking if I'm the problem. Maybe you guys should let me know. Maybe I'm taking it wrong or something like that. Is it me? Am I the problem? Oh, that reminds me of one thing. Can I do something? Master, is it I? Well, that's... I have a friend who loves my impersonations from the movie of the life of Jesus. And even I don't get it. Well, you guys should tell me if I'm funny, if I have a career there, so that I can maybe have options and see if I can. No, I won't say it. Let's see if I can. But anyway, otherwise, Happy New Year! Happy New Year, guys. I didn't lose my manners in 2025 miraculously. I know it's a few days late, but there isn't an embargo really on how far you can exchange New Year's. However, why do some of you still have your Christmas decorations up? Do you want us to still tell you Merry Christmas? You think that's too much? And if you think what I'm saying is too much, let me tell you something. If you have your Christmas decorations up as early as November, then you should be completely receptive when we tell you Merry Christmas in mid-January. The two extremes have to make a collabo. They have to coexist. I have a lot to say about that season. And one of the things is that it is one of the loneliest times of the year. Yep. It is the warmest, yes, but it's also lonely for a lot of people. So I hope you made it meaningful for your own and for those around you, even the less fortunate. It was the season, and now it is the season to regret the financial decisions, the questionable ones that you made in the last 30 days or so, or to work so hard that they don't, or smart so that they don't hurt as much. Otherwise, this is a fashionably late New Year's episode, and that is because some people promised and they didn't deliver. And that's a story for another day, and that story is called People Will People. Otherwise, please interact with this stuff, comment, subscribe, and all that, because if you don't, now, I'm not threatening you. I'm the sweetest guy you'll ever meet. I probably wouldn't even harm a fly. So if you don't, I will not find you, and I will not harm you. No, but seriously, I'll just shut down this, like, for good. I think I've chased the podcast aesthetic for so long that it's starting to get gray hairs, and I think it's time to give up the chase. However, maybe that's a problem, that I've considered it a look for so long. I probably might be sad to let it go. But and that's because that's the adult thing to do. And if you've ever had childlike dreams, you probably know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, my deepest apologies on your coldness. But being childlike is so exciting, and it keeps us alive. And letting those dreams go and giving up being a child is like submitting that light and dimming it little by little, suffocating it until it completely dies out. So there is that. But also, I realize you're not my therapist, so I will never mind what I say. Never forget the last few minutes. So I'll just find a corner after here and cry by myself, a small dark corner. Okay, so let's talk about New Year's resolutions. I apologize for it being late, but I'm actually taking that apology back. This is the right time to be accountable. Because some of you, January 1st is barely behind the bend, and you are defaulting on the resolutions you made yourself. No one coerced you into them. Because a few days back, you were shouting, New Year, New Me. And now, you're mumbling because you probably don't even want us to hear you saying, New Year, the old me is still better. Do you know what you're doing to yourself? You are confusing yourself. You're confusing your willpower because you're saying things and not doing them. But, and don't look at me. I'm not the one with the New Year resolutions. I'm not the one with the new, fresh gym membership. Because 1 minute you have a gym membership, the next minute you're munching every hour like you're a camel. Come on. Now, I won't go as far as calling you the F word because that's inconsiderate and unnecessary. Also because considering some of you are very unkind to yourselves and you call yourselves worse. And you spread that unkindness to even your dreams and your goals, and it becomes hard. Let me sound motivational for a bit. The only thing that change takes is time. So be kind to yourself. Otherwise, you won't lose half your body weight in less than a month. Seriously, that's the goal. I have no words for you. I absolutely have no words for you. I also have no words for the people who are in what I call the publication team. And this is usually extroverts. They are busy. They are ready to publish. Like anytime they have anything up, in fact, they're always looking what else is happening in my life so that I can tell everyone. Because you've barely achieved the first thing on your vision board, and you are already sharing with the world the list. Is spiritual warfare a joke to you? Intelligence, the act of gathering information for strategic advantage, is a tactic of winning wars. And, let's just say it's called a testimony for a reason. So unless you enjoy seeing your goals and plans DOA, that's dead on arrival, then please stop the performative shenanigans. Please. And that's all I can say about that. And as for the dating resolutions, my sister, it is well. It is absolutely fine. I know things are not great, and you have a list of every quality under the sun, and now you're competing with the Geneva Convention with how many clauses you have. And do I have an opinion on that? Absolutely. Am I airing said opinion today? Absolutely not. Why? Because I just got this mic and I'm so far enjoying using it, and I don't want it to be taken away. And I also need the ladies on my side. So gentlemen, one of your resolutions this year should be not to take any lady to the desert, not to leave said lady in the desert without water, because they're absolutely convinced that we are capable of that. So you cannot prove them right. But also, while we are talking about emotional stuff, let me pile on a bit by not talking about the resolution that some of you like resolving and unresolving almost every year. There is this unserious dance you do with this thing of cutting off toxic people, because you tell us you're cutting them off, and then the next year we see you hanging around the same crowd. Probably because you're the toxic one. So let's make it a habit of working on ourselves emotionally before we ask for level-headed and well-adjusted people. And that's all I'm saying. I don't want to talk too much about that. Okay, next let's talk about money. Everybody, women love, we all, I almost did it again. We all love money, and this year we are going to go out and get it, assured. And now, because, this episode is later, and now my jokes are not going to be fire. And this isn't even one of my jokes, I just got it from somewhere else. Someone said, it's no New Year's Day, it's Q1, as in quarter one. Immediately I had that, I lost my appetite. I was eating, and my head was repopulated with financial jargon and targets, and I don't know what. Guys, targets are traumatic. They are. And that's a story for another day. And Gen Zs probably overplay that card. But, and there is a buzzword for 2025, traumatic and healing. Now, I'm going to hold both our hands when I say this. Let's refrain from hiding behind terms to avoid being accountable for our shortcomings. Now, before you cancel me, seeing as I'm really attempting to have that happen this episode, trauma and healing are actually very living things. That's that about that. But anyway, back to money. If you aren't set on going out and getting the bag this year, then I'm sorry, or I'm not, but we are not going to be friends, because I'm not being friends with people who aren't getting the bag this year. Absolutely not. But also, guys, pray for me so that I don't buy things I don't need out of excitement this year. See, me, I'm humble. I'm willing to ask for help, to ask to be prayed for. And I know I'm not the only one with this issue, but some of you are too proud to even ask for help. So I guess I'm influencing you now. So how is that for medium gaslighting? But I think that we all need some de-influencing this year. And I also reckon that de-influencing is going to be one of the buzzwords of this year. So, also saving, that's self-explanatory. I will not explain that. Let's finish the 55 days of January 1st, and we'll have that conversation again. Otherwise, you're all going to start accusing me of wallet watching and I don't know what. So you're adults and you can choose to do with your money whatever you want. I won't get in your way. That's a given. Oh yeah. About money. I hope you have nothing to say about that. Otherwise, I thank God that we are here. It's not a light feat being carried 365 days. And I reckon that gratitude will go a long way this year. I also think that the biggest resolution of this year should be to have no resolution at all. At all. I've always struggled with resolutions, not setting them, but not fulfilling them. I've struggled with setting them. I've not struggled with fulfilling them. The two are different. I've always struggled with that because I feel like the only resolution you should have is to be better than you were the previous year or the previous day. And I know that might sound like a jargon of a tin of margarine, but it does take the fat and the pressure away. That's a pun intended. And I know if you want to get granular and you want to get all the metrics down, well and good, do what works, but don't fall off too quickly, because when you do that, you are telling yourself that you do not follow through with what you say. You are confusing yourself, and as human beings, we are often unkind to ourselves, and we even keep a record of all our transgressions. And so every time you say things and not do them, your words become powerless, and you stop believing even yourself. So myself, I don't have resolutions. I just have things that I want to see happen, and I will not explain that. But one of the things I want to see this year, I'm excited to see, is what is going to happen musically, because I don't think I've had, in all my years of existence, I've had a year musically as 2025. I'm excited to see what 2026 has to offer musically. I cannot wait. Other than that, otherwise, and this is a direct attack on the people who call themselves audiophiles, because you want us to feel bad for you saying that you like music using a big word. Basically, you want to feel special for something that's largely experienced as a human preference. Audiophiles. But enough said. I want to keep friends, and I don't want to make enemies on the first day of school, so I'll just sit here and be quiet. But before I sit here and be quiet, please subscribe, interact with this stuff like I said, and don't do anything that I wouldn't do. See you all next week. Okay, now just sit here and be quiet.